Investigators are pouring through that crime scene, Amy. It's obviously pretty big. They've got dozens of eyewitnesses left to interview, but they're also trying to get to the bottom of certain questions, like what is the motive here? How long was this attack planned for? How did the suspect obtain those weapons? When did he do it? And did he do it legally? And why weren't red flag laws invoked to try to prevent him from getting those weapons, given the fact that he had been arrested about a year ago for allegedly making a bomb threat against his family and on kidnapping charges? So lots of questions still facing investigators this morning.
This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Ladies and gentlemen, get the book. Get the book. If you've been waiting to get the book, it's on discount. And we also offer you 20% off. So 20% off a $25 signed book, you're getting a great deal. 20% off a $15 regular book, you're getting a tremendous deal. And if you have the signed copy, not the regular copy, if you buy the signed copy and you would like for me to make it out to somebody, put the text in the notes section when you buy the product, and I'll write something in it for you, just for the holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a bunch of new products that have been launched. Here's the coming soon section. All you got to do is find the sections. You can find them all up here at the top. Book, drinkware, coming soon, clearance rack. I think we sold out our clearance rack. We got all these on clearance rack. These are $5 shirts, $10 hoodies, and $10 for the hats and flags. So these are a few things that we have left on a clearance. We add stuff in here all the time. So if you want some clearance items, the money's acting funny, change a little strange, this is where you get it at. If you want to track your order, you click track order right there, put your order number and your email in, and we will get that to you as soon as possible. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live, make a video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on it. Let's get into this. I want to talk about this Q shooting, Club Q, for a minute. It's a shooting that occurred over the weekend. And this is one thing that bothers me about this shooting that happened in Denver, Colorado, or it's Colorado Springs, is that why don't we know the race of the shooter? This is the thing that bothers me. 5 people are dead, 25 more are injured. The suspect is in custody. They call it a mass shooting. It's at an LGBTQ club in Colorado Springs. And they can tell you all these details. Even one of the victim's mother has come out and they've interviewed her. They can tell you, they can give you all of these details, but why don't they give you the race of the killer? Probably because he wasn't black. Probably because he wasn't white. That's just hey, if somebody got a picture of this guy, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. But I looked for it. I'm looking at his name. I'm looking for pictures of the suspect, and I haven't seen any. If anybody got some pictures of the person, let me know. But I haven't seen any pictures of him, and not one article that I have read have I seen any mention of his race, any mention of his political affiliation. And when you see things like that, you know for a fact that there is something going on and they're trying to cover up what is not the narrative that they want to present. The kid had a mental illness. He deserved to spend the rest of his life in prison. I think he should get the death penalty. They should take him out and hang him in front of the world for everybody to see. That's my opinion. We done got too soft on crime. If you go, I don't care what color you are, if you go and shoot and kill innocent people that ain't doing nothing but trying to dance and have fun at the club because you a nut, it's no way you should do time in prison. How much time? A month, 2 months? Once you get past all appeal processes, they should murder you in front of the whole world. We used to do it. They used to put you on a firing squad, shoot you right there, boom, boom, boom. They used to put people in an electric chair until their eyeballs popped out, and then they had to put the little sheet over their face. I'm not all for being gruesome, but my God, what are y'all doing now? You let a person live for free with 3 hots in a cot for 30 years. They sitting there watching TV, living their best life until you get them and put them to sleep. And people go out and do heinous crimes like this. It bothers me to no end. that at minimum, we cannot put these people to death like we used to. Because there ain't no, you go out and kill all these people, but they put your name out on the news. They put the boy name out there. I'm not going to say his name, but in the paper everywhere they got his name out there. You become a martyr. You become a hero for whatever little weird thing y'all doing. And then you get to sit in jail and get free food. And probably at some point they get visits. And if you gang up with a few other people, you don't get raped in there. I don't understand. Why does the taxpayer have to pay for a person like this to stay in prison? After you've exhausted all of your appeals, there's eyewitness testimony. Eyewitness have seen you kill him. You got the gunpowder evidence on your hands. You admitted to it. You got your manifesto. And they don't put you to death? I don't understand. The taxpayers are paying for you to live after you've done something so heinous to innocent people. Probably because you got some weird, demented ideology that somehow you're gonna go kill somebody because you don't like them, and then you're not a real man. You're not gonna go fight. You go get a gun and go to a place where people are dancing in a dark club, and you shoot people in the back. What a coward! When are we gonna start putting these people to death again? It doesn't matter if they care or not. They don't care about their lives anyway. But maybe for the next person to think he's gonna go to a club and go shoot up people, maybe he'll think twice, because you're going to die a much more miserable death than the people that you shot. Can we have it like that? I know I'm coming out the gates hot today because I'm just so burnt out on our society and what we are doing in America. I'm burnt out on how far we're going off of what we should be in our full potential as a country. We could fix this issue with people shooting up schools. We can fix it. But there's a vested interest in being political about it. This fool that went and shot up this club had already been in trouble. In 2021, bomb threats. In June of 2021, deputies with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, I think I'm saying it right, charged a man with the same name as the Club Q shooter suspect for 2 counts of felony menacing and 3 counts of third-degree kidnapping. Same name. Now, it could be a different person, but it appears to be the person with the same name. How coincidental is a person that has the same name as a murderer? The press release from the sheriff's office on June 18 of 2021 stated that reporting party said her son was threatening to cause harm to her with a homemade bomb, multiple weapons, and ammunition. The reporting party was not in the home at the time when she made the call and was not sure where her son was. I almost can guarantee you it's the same kid, and I guarantee he's not white. I could be wrong, but I doubt he's white because this be all over the news. They'll have his face up there plastered. White supremacists, Donald Trump enthusiasts is what they'll call him. But if you black or you Mexican and you don't fit the narrative, now it's okay. Nobody's going to talk about the fact that if this is the same person, his mom didn't do nothing about the situation at hand, letting him run around thugging it up without any kind of restraint, any kind of police involvement, and then he goes out and kills multiple people. Let me say this, and this is for you parents out there. If your kid, while in your household, that you're taking care of them, I'm not talking about just because they're your kid, but if they living in your household and they go commit a heinous crime, you have to be held responsible as well. To the degree that they committed the crime, maybe not, but you have to go. There has to be something done. You raised a maniac. I don't understand how people, I don't understand how people give a pass to parents like this. When the time the baby was born, you had the ability to condition his or her brain. Babies don't know what to do in life. You teach them what to do. You show them how to do things. You teach them manners. You literally mold their brain into what you want them to be. Early childhood development is how children typically turn out. When they get to being like 8, 9, that's them. That's who they're going to be. Mentally. They're going to mature at that rate until they're adults. And if they're a narcissist as a kid and you never tell them no, and little Johnny go to your room and you don't know what Johnny doing in his room. He on the phone. You told him to get off the phone. He can't have a phone. You let Johnny get on the phone. When you catch him, what do, mama? Nothing. You do nothing. Little Johnny threatening people. Oh, don't do that. That's not okay. You don't do. You go to timeout. You raised that monster. You raised the kid that in his mind he believes that it's okay to murder people because he don't agree with them. You did it. Don't blame nobody. Don't blame the system. Don't blame the white man. Don't blame nobody but you. You, the parent, raised a knucklehead. Or you're abusive and you have a child in a volatile environment. Then they grow up and become violent individuals. You didn't chastise them when you had a chance to. You wait till they're 16 years old, and then you want to be mama bear. Now you want to be daddy. And then your kid is nuts. And the rest of the world got to deal with him. And the police got to deal with him. And the public has to deal with him. And you end up raising a kid that go and do a shooting at a school. I just can't imagine a good parent creating a bad kid. I see parents do it all the time. Kid laying on the floor in the store. And you just let him lay there. Just, he's just throwing a fit. Do you understand what you're doing to your child when you let him just lay there? They don't know how to express themselves, but you have to condition them that this is not the proper expression for how you feel. You're not going to lay down in the middle of the store because you're sad, because you didn't get the toy you want. That's not how we do this. But there's parents listen to these little Google Gaga books, telling them, just let little Johnny just express himself. And then they grow up with these kids being nutty. Anyway, I'm running out of time in the segment. I hope you're ready for this radio show because it's about to get spicy. Hold the phone. I'll be back after the break. Just like people getting struck by lightning, I'm wrong sometimes, or maybe having misinformation. The shooter in the gay nightclub was a white man. The funny thing is they may not have been able to put this narrative together just yet, because they haven't paraded him around like they would have in every other shooting that have ever happened. I'll give you a couple facts. 22-year-old, he's the grandson. Let me see if I can read this real quick while I'm talking. The guy, according to the Colorado Springs police chief, he had a long gun. He's the grandson of somebody. Okay, he's the grandson of California State Assembly's member Randy Vogel. I think that's his name. Now, that guy, Randy Vogel, he must be the old guy in the picture, and he got a Trump hat on, I think. Make California great again. So they just waiting for this narrative to pop up. Looks like a young kid, 22-year-old, a little chubby, looked like he been picked on his whole life. He definitely got some problems. And why his parents didn't step in and do something about it, why nobody stepped in and did something about it, is beyond me. Now, I wasn't going to keep on this subject because, I got other stuff to talk about. However, you cannot tell me that his behavior is such a surprise to everybody that knew him. Such a surprise. I can't believe he would do something like this. Not my little Johnny. This is the problem that I have with people, because I remember when the Columbine shooting, they said that the kids made the plans and did all of it in the basement of their house. The house where they bombing them in. My daddy be down there in 30 seconds. What you doing down here so long? What you doing down here? No, I need to keep the door open. This is what my daddy said. Keep the door open. I need to see what y'all doing down there. You don't need to be doing nothing in secret. Not in my house. I feel like my daddy we could never plot anything in my daddy's house. There ain't no privacy. I remember I used to be on the phone talking to my little girlfriend. Well, my daddy didn't think it was my girlfriend, but I was trying to make her my girlfriend. We talking on the phone. My daddy used to pick up the phone on the other end and say, Brandon, y'all need to go to bed. Messing my game up. Now, you can't be on there talking crazy because daddy can have the phone and have it on mute. And then you're going to get the beat down. But, nowadays, they need their autonomy and, their own space and all this so crazy stuff. I see the little papers. My wife be reading that stuff. Oh, the kids need nurturing and this and that and that. And that. And I'm like, man, I turned out just fine. And I used to get toe up from the flow up. Doing stuff I had no business doing. My daddy would get me. And how many times would I do it? Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. How many times would I do with my dad after I got a spanking? I did it one time, and then I got a spanking. I never did it again. That was the easiest advice I can give, or easiest way to discipline your child is you whoop them one time and it's over. Now, some kids, you got to beat them 100 times. And if you got to beat your kid 100 times, you're doing something wrong. Anyway, let me move on past this subject matter. But, I feel like I didn't give enough condolences to the people who lost their lives in that situation, because it is terrible. It doesn't matter if you're gay and you're living in sin and all of the stuff. It's irrelevant. In America, you should be able to go party hardy, and do whatever you want to do. Pop Molly and do all that other stuff that y'all do. You should be able to do it all if that's what you want to do with your life. And nobody should hurt you because they disagree with you. Just like if you're a Trump supporter, you want to go do MAGA, 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 MAGA. And even if you're a white supremacist, you want to do a march in a circle in a cornfield somewhere, nobody should care. Do you, boo. Just don't put nobody else in your business. You can be a white supremacist all you want. You can be a black Hebrew Israelite all you want in America. You can be a Mormon, Jewish, Christian, gay, curious, dysfunctional, whatever you want to call yourself. Do what you do, boo. Keep that in your house, though. You can do all that in your own house. When you start coming out the house and you start affecting other people's constitutional rights, that's when we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. But I think that it's sickening that somebody will go to a gay nightclub if they targeted that club, especially because people are gay. I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand how somebody's hatred for another person can lead them to feel that they need to take their lives. I don't think it's nobody's life that I would, let me not say that on the radio, but there ain't nobody's life that I want to take. You know what I mean? And if I did, I wouldn't say it on the radio, I guess. But there's nobody that I want to hurt. I don't care. Just you stay in your space, I stay in my space. I got a mission that God has called me to do. I ain't got time to be worried about whether you dead or alive. I don't understand how people go down the path of thinking that the best solution to a problem is to kill another person. Outside of self-defense, self-defense is a different story. Somebody breaking my house, they're gonna be pushing up daisies. But if somebody just disagree with me, or they want to live an alternate lifestyle, or they want to take their kids to a drag story hour, I mean, hey, that's between you and God. That punishment that you're gonna see on the other side of this existence is gonna be a lot worse than me yelling at you and being mad at you. So I don't know what makes these people crazy like this, but maybe if they had parents that raised them right, and there's legitimate consequences for murdering people for no reason, then maybe people will slow down a little bit, or they'll reap what they sow.